I am excited about 2021 and worried too. As we've reported today, 11 Republican senators announced that they will also challenge the Electoral College results when Congress convenes on Wednesday. These senators are calling for an electoral commission to audit the results and possibly send them back to the states for changes. Critics say they're subverting democracy. Supporters say they are protecting democracy. Whichever side you support, what should be done about the other guys? The answer might come from our founding fathers in a law that was published on this date in 1776. Today marks 245 years since the Second Continental Congress released the Tory Act. At the time, the colonies were at war with the monarchy. Independence would not even be proposed until June. The Tory Act focused on people who either did not support the rebellion or were acting against it. But here's the thing. It views these two types of people very differently. First, the subversives. Here's what the Tory Act suggested doing with them. Quote, "It is the opinion of this Congress that they ought to be disarmed and the more dangerous among them either kept in safe custody or bound with sufficient sureties to their behavior." Unquote. In other words, arrest them and take their guns. No wonder so many loyalists fled north to Canada. But what about skeptics and critics? For them, the act advised what we would now call a public awareness campaign. It recommended explaining how the king had oppressed the colonies, laying out the efforts to resolve things amicably, and publishing the proceedings of the two continental congresses. This law explicitly calls for empathy with people who are honest and well-meaning but uninformed, even in some cases deceived and drawn into erroneous opinions. And it uses a word that we never hear in government. It recommends treating them with kindness and attention and presuming that they merely lack data and not decency. In the middle of a war, the founders passed a law urging kindness. Think about that. The Tory Act acknowledges that American values are both enforceable and debatable. People of goodwill can disagree on what to do, even as we take action to prevent real damage. And to be clear, challenging the Electoral College results will probably do the most damage to people's wallets, a lucrative stunt for political fundraising. There are probably people you know whose political views make you furious. But how many of them have, to quote the Tory Act, taken part with our oppressors? I am excited and worried about 2021 because I don't know how we will choose to treat one another. If I follow the founders' example, I will default to treating more people with kindness and attention. I'll butt heads a little less, and I'll open my mind a lot more. It's about controlling what I do, regardless of what others do. By the way, if you are realizing that you might be that honest, well-meaning person, that perhaps you've been drawn into an erroneous opinion about something, do yourself a favor. When someone offers to have a thoughtful conversation about what's going on right now, take it. Listen to them, and listen more than you talk. Otherwise, the people who matter most to you in your life might just declare their independence from you. With that said, we'd love to hear from you, especially if you're dealing with this right now. Who in your life do you wish you could talk to with kindness and attention? And if you could, what would you talk with them about? Email us, theweek@msnbc.com, or tweet us. We're at theweekmsnbc. Be sure to include your name and where you live, and keep it brief. 100 words or fewer, please. theweek@msnbc.com. We'll share some of your stories tomorrow.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me, or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.